WiseGuyBets here with some DFS picks from today, June 3rd, 2021. We're looking at the DraftKings main slate, 8 games. Let's look at the pitcher position. At pitcher, we're going to look at what I think is an obvious stud on this lineup, Lance Lynn. His projection for tonight is 19. He has 57 strikeouts on the season. He's pitching about 6 innings per game. His last 3 are 10, 22, 28. He has a very good matchup tonight. The batting lineup he's facing is rated 30th. He's in home over his last 5. He's against Detroit. He's 0, 23, 23, 2, and 34. I like the matchup tonight. And Lance Lynn at 9,700 is someone I definitely want to get in my lineup at pitcher tonight. Let's look at the catcher position. At catcher, we're going to look at Salvador Perez for Kansas City tonight. His projection is 8.4. He has 12 homers on the season. He's getting about 4 at-bats. His last 3, 5, 5, and 30. His last 5 against Minnesota, 25, 0, 10, 16, and 5. I like his 7 for 20. He's batting .350 against the Minnesota pitcher with 2 home runs. The over-under in this game is 9.5. I can see him getting 5 at-bats if things play out correctly with the run line. So Mr. Perez is someone we definitely want to get in our lineups tonight at catcher. Let's look at the first base position. At first base, we're looking at Carlos Santana, another player from this Kansas City, Minnesota game, where the run total over-under is 9.5 runs. Mr. Santana's projection is 8 for tonight. He has 10 homers on the season. He gets about 3.4 at-bats per game, so hopefully he can get a 4 or 5 at-bats tonight. His last 3 is 5, 3, and 11. I like the 9 for 19. He's batting .474 against this pitcher. So they're going to get a couple cracks at this pitcher. He has 1 home run, 7 singles, and 1 double against this pitcher. In his last 5 against Minnesota, it's been 14, 19, 7, 9, and 5. They are in home. So, hey, Mr. Santana for Kansas City is someone I want to get into my lineups at first base tonight. At second base, we're looking at Tommy Edman for St. Louis. His projection for tonight is 7.7. He gets about 4.1 at-bats. As you can see, his last 3 games, he's got 4, 5, and 5. He's a leadoff hitter for St. Louis. The over-under is 8.5. Hopefully he can get 5 at-bats this game. His last 3 are 7, 10, 0. I love players coming off of 0. He will give us fantasy points. I think he will eclipse the 7.7 projection. Hopefully he gets around the 10 to 12 to 14 range. So Mr. Edman is someone I want to get in my lineup tonight at second base. Now let's look at third base. I'm not liking too much of what I see at third base today. But the player I'm going to select is Yoan Moncada for Chicago White Sox against Detroit. His projection is 7.6 for today. He has 4 homers on the season. He's batting .301. He's getting about 4 at-bats per game. His last 3 games fantasy points are 8, 5, and 10. His last 5 against Detroit are 10, 5, 13, 3, and 5. We do have a 8-point projected run total. He's one of the best I'm seeing tonight at the third base position. So hopefully he can get the 4 at-bats. He is 2 for 6 against the Detroit pitcher with 1 single, 1 double. He's batting .333. So Mr. Moncada is someone I want to get into my lineups tonight at third base. At shortstop for the night, I'm looking at Francisco Lindor for New York Mets. It's a tough matchup for them. All this points to not choosing this player. His projection for the night is 8. He has 4 home runs. He's only batting .209. He is getting 3.8 at-bats per game. And over his last 3, he's actually had 5 in each game. His fantasy points over the last 3 are 8, 12, and 13. The thing I like is that he has Mr. Darvish's number. He is 4 for 7 against Mr. Darvish. He's been .571, 3 singles, 1 double. I mean, Mr. Darvish know that Mr. Lindor has his number also. So he may not even pitch directly to him. Again, he may indirectly walk Mr. Lindor. That means Mr. Lindor gets on base. That means Mr. Lindor has a chance to score runs. Do not like this over and under run total of 6.5. Vegas expects this to be a low-scoring game, but I think Mr. Lindor, if anybody does something for the Mets, he's going to do something. Mr. Lindor is someone I definitely want to get into my line tonight at shortstop. Let's look at the outfield. In the outfield, I'm looking at Whit Merrifield from Kansas City. Again, I've chosen a couple players from this game. The over-under in this game projection is 9.5. Mr. Merrifield has got a projection is 8.5 fantasy points for tonight. He's gotten 5 at-bats in his last 3 games. In each of his last 3 games, his fantasy points for his last 3 are 19, 7, and 20. He's pretty hot right now over his last games. He's got 18, 0, 19, 7, and 20. He's 3 for 17 against this pitcher, with 2 of his home runs against this pitcher, 2 of his hits being home runs against this pitcher. So he has 1 single and 2 home runs against the Minnesota pitcher. He's batting first in the lineup. I like the matchup, and I think Mr. Merrifield is someone that we would really want to get into our lineups in the outfield tonight. So those are my picks for today. Again, I use Draft Dashboard to give me some quick analysis on picks. And until the next picks, peace.